And we're back. That's right, we are back with Dear AJ. On a Wednesday? I don't know. It's weird, but it's usually on Tuesdays. I don't know. Why not? If Saturday Night Live can do their 50th anniversary on a Sunday, we can do our 50th on a Wednesday. Why not? Oh, man. All right, I see a few people already there. Vegan Maga, hello, and Martin Kevin. All right, so I hope the volume is okay. I hope the audio is working. Otherwise, I'm just talking to myself. All right. Well, I'm always talking to myself, but this time would be on camera. I got my birthday mug here, which is not my birthday again. What are the chances? Yeah, every year is not my birthday most of the time. It's crazy. Um, oh man. And let me see. Is there anyone? All right. Okay. So we can do this thing. So now, what are we gonna do today? What we're doing today is a Dear AJ episode completely live. Vegan Maga, you are a hoot and a half. Yes, my hair is looking, it's looking amazing because I don't have any anymore. Oh man. I used to have hair, just like I used to have patience. I don't anymore. One of the one of the side effects of being vegan is whatever you know whatever patience you had, you don't anymore. Oh man, but it happens, and it will happen to you. All right, so now what we're gonna do today. So I'm gonna answer some questions and some comments from the comment section of my YouTube channel, and maybe some live questions too. If that happens, and yeah, I'm gonna make some announcements that I have to announce about the channel and stuff that's gonna happen and whatnot. And yeah, so let's see. I don't have much hair either. Yes, correct, Martin. That's right. But yeah, the good thing is I don't have to spend much money on shampoo or whatever. So there you go. That's the upside. And I hate combing my hair, so it's like I fucking hate it. So yeah, I don't have to do that anymore. So that's great. Ah man, but it is what it is. Let's not dwell too much on it. So now I'm gonna do some uh, answering of questions. Let's see what questions do I have here. Who says that? Yeah, okay. So we have the first question that I'm gonna read today. I'm gonna answer that. It's from Gota Vegan. Hey AJ, can you make your 50th video special on AV? Well, no, it's not gonna be a special on AV, and in fact, I don't think I'm gonna. I don't know if I ever gonna make a video on them. These organizations, these animal rights organizations. I don't know. They're all kind of the same to me. They do whatever they do. Uh, it's not the best, but whatever. I don't know. I don't have much to say about it at the moment. Let's see. We got one from ethically based ex-Nazi. Question: is turning vegan news ever going to return? Yeah, I know you guys like the news segment that I was doing. Well, I only did 2 videos of that because I was testing the software and stuff. But sadly, I've said this already that my computer is not very good, so it takes way too much, like too long to render the video and stuff. It's kind of difficult to work in that condition. So whenever I get to upgrade my equipment and stuff, I'll probably get get going with that again and bring it back. Who knows? It was really fun to do the vegan news, and it was a really fun segment to make. But sadly, it was also too much work, and just rendering like 1 minute of animation was really difficult. So that's why it was short too. And I was just testing the thing because I wanted to do this. I think I've talked about this. I wanted to do this animated sitcom, called the Numquats. It was going to be about this family. Um, their last name is Numquats, so that's why they're the Numquats. And it's this family that the parents, they are completely clueless. They don't know anything about veganism, whatever. But the kids, they're starting to make, they're starting to question their morals, their stuff, and they start to learn, and they become vegan, and then they're trying to get their parents to do the same. So it's that kind of family dynamics and stuff like that, but with veganism, at the core of it. So yeah, it could be an interesting thing, but uh, given that the vegan news was so freaking difficult to make, doing an entire sitcom with different characters and stuff and sets and everything was gonna be way more difficult. So at the moment, it's not gonna happen. But like I said, if I get to upgrade my gear, yeah, well, we'll probably go for it. So um, so yeah, let's see what others we have here. Oh, we got Little Vegan Artist, one of my favorite vegans out there. He's asking, dear AJ, remember you saying you used to be religious, but before turning into an atheist, what made you change? Yeah, well, dude, I realized there was no such thing as God, so that was it. It was kind of like, it was similar to when I became vegan. I thought I lived in a reality that didn't even exist. And when I realized the real reality, I was like, oh, I guess that's that. And yeah, that's what made me not only an atheist, but an anti theist as well. Uh, and that's what happened. I realized there was no God or anything like that. And it was all, make believe. And it happened because I was watching this science show about the universe and stuff. And then I was like, wait a minute. These things are like this, then there's no God. Why? It doesn't even matter. Like, what is this? So I was like blown away by that revelation, and like, yeah, ever since then, I was like 15 or 16 when that happened. And yeah, all right. So, dear AJ, what's your? Yeah, we got a little vegan artist with another question. Um, dear AJ, what's your favorite genre of movies? Well, not really a genre guy, you know, but there are different tropes and cliches that I like. I don't know if it's a genre, but I like it. It's one of my favorites. Is horny teenagers get killed by deranged killer or monster or blob or whatever. I don't know. I love it. It's one of my favorite things to watch in a movie. Horny teenagers or young adults go to a vacation or something, then they get killed by some creature or some deranged killer or a tribe or whatever it is. They do dumb stuff and they get killed. I think it's wonderful. I don't know why. Oh man, slasher film. No, not a slasher necessarily. Because for example, there's this movie Creepshow 2, which by the way is freaking awesome. Uh, there's different segments, there's different stories and stuff. And one of them is The Raft. It's based on a, I think it's based on a Stephen King novel, The Raft, and it's these horny teenagers, like I said. They go to like a lagoon or whatever, and they're like on a raft. But then the water, there's like this weird blobby creature that eats them alive one by one. It's freaking great. You know, there's also movies like The Ruins and stuff like that. I like that kind of stuff. That's what they deserve for being immoral. You know, having sex, drinking, doing drugs. They deserve to get chased by some mass killer or a blob or something. I don't know. Oh man, that was crazy. One that was really crazy was the Sleepaway Camp. That was absolutely like the ending to that. Probably one of the craziest endings to any of those movies ever. But yeah, come to think about it, yeah, maybe the slasher genre is one of my favorites, especially the gritty 70s and the overly produced 80s ones. The ones with all the crazy effects. And obviously, since I was a kid, I was like, heck yeah, Freddy Krueger, like that guy was one of my favorites. It's weird. I was like 4 years old and I was watching these horrible movies with, you know, with like deranged psycho killers in your dreams and stuff. But I don't know. I was rooting for Freddy Krueger. That's the crazy part. I was like, hey, yeah, you go there, Freddy. You got them. Oh man. Oh man. Yeah. I should not have been watching those movies when I was 5, but I did. Maybe that's why my hair fell off. I don't know. Oh man. Yeah, exactly, Vegan Maga. Yeah, that was a crazy, crazy ending to that thing. Which I don't know. It was fiction then. It's the reality of today. I don't know. Oh man, was kind of crazy. But yeah, and yeah, the ruins was crazy too. What that one is more modern, I guess. Um, but yeah, yeah, it's crazy. It's a good genre. I think yeah. I think about it. Yeah, maybe. Oh man. But yeah, let's see. Um, so that's my movies. Oh man, I love that trope of the teenagers getting chased down by a crazy killer. Um, and yeah, what else? What else is there? Yes, let's see. All right, what do we have here? All right, so yeah, so now on the announcements section of the video, uh, this one will probably be the last Dear AJ of the year. I think it will be. I think we're gonna leave it at 50. I think it's a good number. It was just basically 10 episodes this year instead of the usual 20. But too much happened. I am very busy right now and I don't have the time or the energy to do all those videos and stuff. So that's why I haven't been making a lot of videos as I used to. But don't worry, it's gonna come back at some point. Dear AJ will return probably next year. Um, and I was just gonna leave it to 50 right now. And I'm gonna concentrate on making other type of content too. Because I want to be serious too. It is very entertaining to do the DRA and, and have a laugh and whatnot. But man, too much has happened, and I really need to make it very clear that veganism is a serious thing. That the plight of the animals is a real injustice, and we need to fight. And I'm gonna fight it as best as I can. So yeah, I'm gonna probably be making. I'm gonna be making more videos this year, obviously, not in the Dear AJ segment, which is interesting because the Dear AJ, how it started was that I was making other type of videos, but then I was like, I want to talk about these topics and stuff, but I didn't know how to really do the videos. I was really awkward and stuff. So I thought maybe a question and answers format would be something that give me a template that I can work with. And what I started to do was the first Dear AJ videos, if you watch them, they're not real questions that anyone, you know, asked me or anything. It's fake questions that I came up with myself. So, and I was just saying like, oh yeah, Joe from I don't know Colorado, whatever. And then it's like, they were asking me questions, but it was about topics that I wanted to talk about. So I set up the whole thing. So that's how it worked. Then, my viewers started um, getting in on the action, and you actually started asking me questions, which I prefer because I don't have to come up with the questions myself anymore. So I prefer to to answer real questions from real people. But that was fun too because I got to say whatever I had to say, and, that was fun too. Creating these weird characters like, oh, Laura from Michigan, whatever, and asking me about different things, but it wasn't real. Oh man. And it's called Dear AJ because it's from the there's this column Dear Abby, I guess, where they ask this Abby person about relationships and life stuff, and she answers those questions. But it's in like a magazine or something. So I was like, hey, maybe I can do Dear AJ and do that kind of thing. So that's how Dear AJ came to be. I think it's a good format because it gives me a good template, something to work with that I can, easily make, and I can answer some questions and talk about the issues that are important, and bring some, laughter and whatnot. My humor. That's the other thing. I have a very sarcastic humor and stuff. So yeah, that happens too. Um, any other thing? So yeah, the Dear AJ. Any other? Yeah, the Phantom. The Phantom. I don't know that I'm gonna make a Phantober this year because again, I've been very busy. It's been difficult to make any kind of content. So he'll probably get the Halloween special because that's just one video. And we're also approaching Nomquat of the Year. We have to do Nomquat of the Year again. This year is gonna be very difficult because there's way too many Nomquats. We're gonna talk about that in a moment. There's way too many Nomquats. You were going to ask about the Phantom. All right, Martin. Yes, the Phantom. Yeah, he's still out there, somewhere lurking in the dark, and trying to overthrow my. He's trying to overtake my channel, but no, I'm not gonna let him do that. So, but he'll get his moment to shine in October, probably the Halloween special. Yeah, the Phantom should do a Halloween special definitely, and yeah, I'm preparing everything. Yeah, he's still being a menace. Yes, that's right. And that's right. So the Nomquat of the year, man, do we have Nomquats this year? There's way too many, and that's just the ones that I've been, I've been making my list and checking it twice because Nomquat season is in December, so at the end of the year. Um, so yeah, oh man, it's gonna be crazy. And as you know, you can nominate someone that you think, hey, this person should be nominated for the Nomquat of the year. Remember, All you have to do is say and or do something really dumb about the animals, about veganism in general, or about vegans, and they qualify to be a nomquat. Um, oh man, but this year is crazy. I think one of the front runners definitely has to be this fish piracy. How was it? Seaspiracy. Fish piracy. Seaspiracy guy with the marshmallows. That oh man, you know it's really it's dumb. Yeah, he has to be in the front in one of the front runners definitely. Like that's so dumb. It's ridiculous. Like man, are you serious? Like marshmallows. Like what? What the heck? You can't find marshmallows, or they're like too expensive or something. So you're gonna go not vegan anymore. Weird. No. But the guy was not vegan. That's what I'm telling you. The guy was some plant-based guy making documentaries and whatnot. And when he realized, oh no, I can't find marshmallows anymore, he was like, okay, I quit. Yeah. What is that? Like it's not serious. That's not real commitment to the animals or to their cause. So I don't know. Like I don't care if I find those plant-based lemon cookies or not anymore. I'm not gonna betray the animals for that. That's ridiculous. So, oh man, that was really terrible. There are many terrible candidates this year. They're all kind of the same too. It's like year after year you see the same pattern repeat over and over. These high-profile people, they get a lot of promotion and a lot of publicity from that. They're like, oh, I went vegan and whatnot. They talk about their vegan diet and how they feel so good. And they have so much mental clarity now, and they have more energy than ever. Cut to 6 months later or a year, they're now talking about how they're not vegan anymore because yeah, they got foggy brain syndrome or something, and they couldn't get wet dreams or whatever. What the heck? Like, and this happens, and who is promoting these people? Plant-based news, Veg News, Veg Out magazine. Those outlets, they're promoting these celebrities, these nothing celebrities who eat broccoli one day, and then there's plant-based news is all over them. Like, oh look, celebrities, they're vegan like us. Like, no, they're not. They're not. Just because you eat kale one time doesn't make you anything. Oh man, it's just and it's the same thing every time. It's the same thing. It's really tiresome. It's the same thing. It's the same cycle. Celebrity goes vegan. They promote products and whatnot. Then they stop being vegan and they get backlash. And when they get backlash, they start like, oh no, you don't know what people are so upset about. This is my choice, blah 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 blah, my choice. And then they get people defending them, you know, these pick me vegans or whatnot, defending the celebrity, going, oh yeah, but he's been doing much more for the animals than you do, and that kind of talking point that means nothing really. And then there's the backlash coming from the actual vegans because come on, like Joaquin Phoenix, what the heck is that? He's like riding horses and stuff. That's not a vegan. He's like, oh, I've been vegan since I was 3 years old. Well, no, you weren't. Because if you can ride a horse, that what kind of veganism is that? Like, oh, dude. So, no. And Djokovic wins, I don't know, some tennis match, and there's plant-based news all over it. Like, oh, look, vegan tennis player, whatever. Like, no, he's not vegan. He's not. He does a plant-based diet because the guy was allergic to gluten, so he went gluten free. And at some point, he just went, you know what? Let's just eat, leaves or whatnot. And that's what he's been doing. He doesn't give 10 shites about the animals. I assure you of this. He doesn't. At one point, he's gonna be like, "Oh no, I'm bringing back fish to my diet or whatever." Oh, hey there, Ali. Hey there, how are you doing? And that's gonna happen. These celebrities, they do that. So this year we have Lizzo. I don't know if you know her or not, but Lizzo is this lady, I don't know, musician. I don't even know, but she plays the flute actually really well. That's a surprising talent that she does have. But that lady was never vegan. Many people don't have a clue what veganism is about. By the way, by the way, for my birthday, you know what? One of the gifts that I got. Well, I got two interesting uh, books as a gift regarding veganism and plant based and stuff. One was a cookbook, plant based cookbook, based on the Harry Potter, realm or whatever, the Harry Potter universe, with a foreword by Ivana Lynch herself. And yes, they're all here. Martining, Aline, and Vegan Magaine too. All right, so yeah, this cookbook, and I am gonna tell you, it's the Ivana Lynch. Yeah, there's a section that's written by Ivana Lynch about veganism, what it is, what it's not. Oh boy, oh Ivana Lynch. I I like her, but sadly she's way off on the vegan stuff. She is absolutely clueless. Not a fault of her own, really. It's just because that's the mainstream, right? Mainstream veganism is just plant-based utilitarianism, and that's what she's doing because that's what she knows. So it's not her fault, I guess, at this point. But it's really painful to read. It's like when she's explaining what veganism is. Oh man, alive! It's not. And the other book that I got is one called Metazoan. Um, I haven't started reading it yet, but what I can see is that it's about this guy who was researching, I don't know, octopus or whatever, and he was like, "Oh, octopus are sentient, whatever." I don't know. So I don't know. I guess that's what it is. I haven't started, but I may start a series of live stream where I read the book live. That could be interesting. Because I don't know anything about I haven't I have no clue because I wanted to be, you know, uh, completely blank to that. I want to go into that book without any preconceived notion or anything, and so I haven't looked up like the authors of the thing or what's it about really or anything because I want to go ahead and read it and be surprised from what I'm reading. Um, yes, Ali, that happens. I run the risk of becoming one of those plant-based utilitarians myself. Always going on about suffering and the environment and whatnot, until I realized what was actually happening. And but yeah, it can drag you down with it. That plant-based utilitarianism is very appealing. It looks good when you don't know anything. So you think, hey, that's veganism, but then you realize what really is, and it's like, oh no, then that's plant-based thing is not gonna be enough. It's not gonna cut it. Not good enough because we need the animals to be free, not better slaves. Like, what the heck is that? So, so yeah. So Metazone, I'm gonna probably do a series where I read that book. If that's something that you'd be interested in, We can do that together. Do a live stream and I read a passage or some chapter or whatever, and we discuss the contents of the book. That could be interesting. And yeah. And yeah, what I was saying, yeah, experience, yes, and the numquat. So yeah, the numquat, man, there's so many this year. Many of them, I've even lost track of the numquats this year because there's way too many. But as I always say, you can nominate someone if you know of someone who is a numquat. You can tell me their name. You can tell me what they did or what they said, and send me a link to whatever they did, and we'll review it and see if they are worthy of being nominated for the NOMQUAT this year. Um, so we can do that. The NOMQUAT is going to be announced on December, probably December the 5th or the 4th. I don't know, one of those days. December 5th, I think, is NOMQUAT Day, really, because it's been that way the two. I wonder. Right. I wonder who will go bunkers this year, man. Don't even get me started. Man, like, whatever happened to that guy? Whatever happened to him? He's gone completely off the rails. He's so off the rails he doesn't even see the rails. He's whatever happened to that man? Like, terrible. Marshmallow Numquan, good candidate. Yeah, he probably is in the front running. One of the candidates to that. I know my boy Alex O'Cullen said something stupid about veganism this year too, but I don't know if I should nominate him anymore because doesn't do anything new anymore. Like, it's just the same as the previous 2 years. So I don't know when if he comes up with something more original, maybe we'll do it. We'll nominate him, but as of right now, but maybe he could get a special lifetime achievement. Lifetime Numquat award. Maybe he could do that. Yeah, he could get that trophy. Lifetime achievement. There needs to be a lifetime achievement for the Numquat. It's been 3 years now, so yeah, it's crazy. There's all sorts of crazy people. Finally, that horrible restaurant got shut down. The Sage, and now there's another restaurant that did that. Um, there's one. I don't remember which one it is. It's like well, it didn't get shut down. It's this restaurant that was like a Michelin star restaurant, vegan restaurant, and now they're serving uh, chopped up corpses of animals. So that could be an omquat. But I don't know. I mean, restaurants, they're like too cliche. They're the things happening all the time. Yeah, Sage shut down. That was last year, but this year that chef Molly had a meltdown over it. But you know what's sad? She has another restaurant that's doing very well. Well, I don't know if it's doing well, but it's open. And even more horrible, it's here in Texas. So, man. Ugh. And what's weird is that lady is a complete numquat, a complete anti-vegan, and she still has some plant-based options at her not vegan restaurant. I don't know why, because what's the point? Like, if she's gonna be against it, why does she have that on the menu? I don't know. Weird. And on a really sad note, a beloved restaurant here in Houston, Mexican vegan restaurant Cascabel, is shutting down. It was supposed to shut down by the end of August, but I guess they got an extension till September, all through September. It's really sad because I mean, you know what's sad? I didn't even go there one time because I couldn't find the time or the moment to go, and I think I might not be able to go anymore because it's gonna shut down. It's really sad because it was one of the most prominent vegan spots in the city, and it looked very very good, but sadly it's going away. Um, so yeah, oh man. But in a good news for vegan restaurants, especially here in Houston, in July, that was my birthday. I went to this vegan pizzeria, and the guy recently made a post about how his restaurant, his vision is a vegan one. Like he was told by other investors and people like, hey, dude, you want to include this thing, this animal products. If you go full vegan on the restaurant, might might not be profitable or this or that. And the guy was like, no. He was like, not gonna listen to any of that. You guys don't even know what veganism is. It's about liberation. So he's like very clear in his mission why he made this vegan restaurant, and I like that. So I like to send a positive message to Meek and his restaurant makes vegan pizza. Here in Houston, it is great because the guy understands what it is about. So it's not just some business, it's his vision comes from an ethical stance. And that's why the restaurant is doing well at the moment. And that's how you can be successful uh, as an entrepreneur with a vegan message, you know. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I understand, Ali. Yeah, it's difficult to eat outside and stuff, to eat out and with vegan restaurants and stuff. Here, I mean, all those vegan restaurants are very far away from where I live, so and they're not exactly cheap. So, but it's the same for any restaurant. All the restaurants are far away and they cost, they're expensive. It's not just the vegan ones, but yeah, so it's difficult for me to go to those places. Um, where if it was for me, I would be there all the time. If money was not the issue. The nearest vegan restaurant, 100 kilometers away. Oh man, yeah, that's the thing. So yeah, I don't know, but yeah, at least mixed vegan pizza. He knows what it is. He doesn't. He's not gonna. You know. I hope he doesn't end up betraying the animals. And at least Mr. Charlie's is expanding. That could be a good news. Mr. Charlie's, this chain that is, it's a fast food chain. Plant based, fully plant based, but which is kind of a knockoff of McDonald's, but in a plant based version. And they're expanding, so who knows? Maybe they'll get to Texas at one point. Preferably Houston, preferably where I live. The corner from right around the corner from where I live, because it's terrible. I go outside, and I kid you not, I go outside. There's like 10 animal exploitation restaurants. It's crazy. Like you cannot, you know. And then if I'm trying to find a vegan one, it's like all the way, to the downtown area of the city. So it's not it's not easy to go there. Um, so yeah, and what else happening? Let me see. Then we got some comments. Ah, yes. All right. Yeah, it's difficult. It seems like there's not many vegan restaurants, and then the ones that exist, they either shut down or start serving corpses. So they're canceled. I'm sorry. Um, so yeah, it's difficult, out there. And yeah, I do like to. Well, I don't really enjoy cooking anything really. I don't know. When I cook for myself, I just because I live alone and stuff. So I don't know, not very inspired. So I just you know toss some vegetables onto the frying pan and you know heat them up, and then you know it's not easy to stay above water if technically the whole system's against you. Sadly, yes, Justin Viola, you're right. Um, But the restaurant business here's one of the things that happens, right? These vegan restaurants who then betray the animals at some point, and they it's because we want to bring something for everyone, and we want to make more people come here, whatever. Dude, like stop blaming the food, stop blaming the menu, and just blame what it is, what's really happening, because the restaurant business is really difficult. It's difficult, and yeah, exactly. So it's a difficult business to be. There's not much of a profit really. It's not easy. It's grueling. It's a really difficult thing. I had antivirus in my PC and username posting derogatory comments on my channel and others. I reported them and banned them. Oh, good thing. Good thing, Martin. Um, and yeah, so um, that that sector is a really difficult one, to make a profit, to actually be successful in the restaurant business. So when you do a vegan restaurant, it's probably more difficult because people don't understand this thing. And many people they're like, oh no, vegan, and what's that? Like lettuce and carrots. They don't understand what's gonna be inside the restaurant, or they think it's some ultra processed thing that they don't want to eat or whatever. I don't know. I don't know, guys. I don't even know. It's just excuses, money hungry people who never were vegan in the first place. Yeah, exactly. That's the thing, Justin. That's the thing. They thought they had something like a new trend. They saw that veganism was trendy, especially during the 2020 um, funny thing that happened that year that made everyone stay at home and stuff. So yeah, they saw a spike in plant-based purchases and stuff, and maybe many people thought, yeah, I can make a profit with this, and they started going all out and doing restaurants and stuff. And yeah, I understand you, Ali. Yes, that's right. Uh, it's crazy what people do and say. So yeah, the restaurant business is difficult, and then, but when it's a vegan restaurant that shuts down, it's all over the news. Oh, is veganism dying? Oh, veganism is failing. Veganism is dying. But then when a animal exploitation restaurant shuts down, there's no news going. Oh, is barbecue dying? Is ribism dying? Like nobody says that, right? So there's no, it's crazy. That's not the news. The news is that, oh yeah, no, it's that they had the bad economy. When it's an animal exploitation business, it's the economy. But when it's a plant-based business, it's because it was plant-based. That's why it failed. No, the economy affects everyone, and it's a difficult business to do. That's just what it is. So yeah, these restaurants, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't. That's why I have trust issues with everyone. Every restaurant or any brand of plant based stuff. I don't want to promote. Seldom do I want to promote anyone or anything because I don't know. They might betray the animals at some point. So I don't know. I don't want to be, you know, I don't know. It's difficult because you kind of want to highlight the good people doing good things, but then you're like, I don't know. What if they at some point betray the animals? So you're like, it's a difficult thing to do. Guys, remember the media focus on the vegan who died while climbing the Mount Everest? People are just vile when it comes to defending their conditioned bad habits. A vegan. Oh, so you're telling me that someone died climbing up one of the most difficult mountains in the world? Yeah, shocking. Of course, they were. I'm pretty sure they had a field day with the fact that the guy was vegan. That's not why he died. Obviously, he's the Everest. It's the freaking Everest. Like, not everyone can climb it, and in fact, there's hundreds, if not thousands, of corpses along the way that many climbers are now using as markers. That's kind of morbid, but it's true. But yeah, that's the other thing. Ali is correct in this thing. You get, it's like it gets really tough, dealing with other people and stuff like that. There's things they say and stuff. That's why I created the Nomquats, and that's why I make these funny videos and stuff to kind of keep me sane, keep my mental health, you know, because really it's terrible. But I don't know. I might start. There might be some changes coming to the channel, especially from the next year on, because I don't know. I think from what I've seen, we need to be more serious and we need to be more, we need to make it even more clear now more than ever what veganism actually is, what it isn't, and why it's important. So yeah, I don't know, the vegan mountain climber, I don't know. Yeah, that's the thing. Like if you're a vegan and you do something and you fail at it, they're gonna say it's because the person was vegan. you know, that's what it is. Um, yeah, Catherine Klein and Natalie Fulton are two terrible, terrible, awful people. There, that's my review. They're terrible. They're not only not vegan, they are, you know, absolute nutcases. I don't even know what to say. Um, Gary is really problematic, but not for the reasons they think. Uh, Not for the reasons they accuse him of, but for other reasons. He's problematic because the guy turned out to be a massive welfarist, a massive lab-grown meat proponent, and a massive lion killer. Even though now he's trying to save face and going, no, no, I didn't really mean. Dude, he literally said, fuck the lion. And then Peter Singer was like, fuck the lion? Yeah. Because, Peter Singer is a deranged person. But, you know, but really, I mean, Gary, yeah, he has some terrible ideas about animals, but I don't know. But his political stuff, as a vegan, doesn't really bother me. What bothers me is that, you know, if you want to, talk about controlling the animal population and controlling animals and deciding over them and stuff like that. That's not gonna sit well with me. So they were all nuts. They were laughing at him and being smart. No need to be like that. Yeah, there's not only the Gen Z stare, but there's now the Gen Z smug laugh, you know? Ah, man, like these people, these crazy kids. Well, they're not kids, really. I think Natalie Fulton is like, what, 50 or something? I don't know. And Catherine Klein she's, man, she's so freaking terrible. I can't stomach any of her videos. It's terrible. It gives me, it boils my blood just seeing her. In fact, just, I don't know. It's just, and what's funny is she was attacking Jamie Logan, you know, not for anything anti-vegan that Jamie could have said or anything. Which, yeah, she's problematic too, but not for the reasons that Catherine Klein says. And this Catherine was like, "Oh, I envy her. I want her job. I want to be a model too." And I was thinking, lady, there's your plan of being a model might have a some kind of you know obstruction on the way because you see Jamie Logan is a model because she's freaking beautiful. You, on the other hand, Catherine, have the sex appeal of a burlap sack. Okay, so no, you're not gonna be a model. And if you are, it could only be as the before picture in a beauty product. The before picture. And that would have to be some miraculous product, I tell you, to turn Catherine Klein into a Jamie Logan. That's some kind of miracle I don't even think, not even Jesus can do. not, not even the Easter Bunny, Jesus and Moses together could do that. So, no, Catherine, you're not gonna get Jamie's job at any point. Oh, man. Ugh. Yikes. You know, and saying the Catherine Klein gives you like, bleh, bleh, like, Klein, bleh, Klein. It's horrible. So, yeah. Oh, man. Oh, man. My life. Well, that's the other thing. My sarcasm is not gonna go away. Whatever type of content I make in the future, you can rest assured my sarcasm and cynicism will be intact. Oh, man. All right. Klein means small in German. Oh, man. Yeah. Oh, man. Oh, balls. My life. It's terrible, lady. Oh, man. But yeah, everyone's like interviewing Jurovsky. The guy went on a comeback tour, but his comeback tour has been terrible, because many people are like criticizing him, but not for the reasons they should criticize him, and then others are praising him for reasons they shouldn't be. So it's like it's all terrible. I'm sorry. Oh, man, but whatever. Sorry, but my take is that you cannot be the goat of veganism if you're gonna say things like "fuck the lion" and promoting lab-grown meat. And you cannot be called the goat of veganism. Um, Speaking of goat, I've been seeing like there's this goat milk ad. I think it's the first time that I've ever seen a goat milk ad on TV, and it's freaking crazy. It's freaking crazy. It's like, why is that? What? Ugh. Ditch the goat and stay with the oat milk. Now that one is good, but goat milk, nah. What the hell? Yeah, they're trying to normalize all kind of crazy things. Yes, that's right. Exactly. There is no goat. We don't idolize anyone. That's right, Ali. You are completely right. That's one of the problems that veganism as a movement and as an ideal is facing. That we're idolizing people. They start thinking that they're the great thing. And when you have a criticism or you have something, hey, maybe you should do this or say that, then they get all offended and stuff. And, you know, they react negatively to that. And because they get used to being adored by everyone. So everyone's telling them how great they are. So when someone tells them that they're not, they can't process it. Can't believe it. Only goats can be goaded. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. That's a problem. Um, there's a problem with that. So it's crazy. It's crazy. So yeah, I will in the future. That's the other thing. If I finally, and I know I've said this several times, if I finally get to upgrade my stuff, my equipment and stuff, I'm gonna do way more live streams, and they're gonna be way better. It's just that right now I'm working with what I have, which is not much, and my phone is not even cooperating all that much. Um, and let me see. Yes. So yeah, I don't know. This thing, we need to change this thing. We cannot be idolizing anyone. They're not superheroes. They're just regular people. That's what a vegan is. It's a regular person realizing that there's a horrible injustice taking place, that they were participating in said injustice, and now they stopped. And now they want you, person who's still participating in this, to stop as well. And we want to stop this injustice altogether and, put an end to that and free the animals, make them finally free from exploitation. That's the very least I think society can do, and it is doable. It is. But that's what is so frustrating and infuriating, seeing how it gets difficult because many people have different ideas and stuff, and then we get these effective activists who are not effective at anything except making a career out of this. And I'm sorry, they completely they I don't know, they water down the message. They're trying to divert everything. And yeah, exactly. It's also, yeah, it's disappointing to see the idol. That's the thing. That's why we shouldn't have any idols. I mean, you can admire someone, I guess, but to an extent of idolizing them, like, oh yeah, they're perfect or whatever. You know, no, like your idols, the people you admire, are gonna do some terrible stuff or some stuff you don't agree with. That's gonna happen. Everyone that I don't know, at least for me, everyone that I ever admired has something that there's is not positive about them. But that's why I don't idolize them outside of that thing they do that I admire, but not as people in general. You cannot idolize anyone. Ah, yeah, Gandhi. Gandhi wasn't all that great. Protecting anything. Mother Teresa was also uh, really sketchy. So it's like everyone like, because that's the thing. Humans, that's who we are. We're not perfect people. We're not. It's not such thing. So everyone's got something that is negative about them. Even the best ones. So there's no point in idolizing anyone uh, as a human. Now, if you want to admire someone's, creativity or someone's, I don't know, talent or whatever, that's fine. It happens. We are impressed by different talents and stuff that we see in others that maybe we don't have and maybe we wish we hadn't. That's why they become our idols, because we're like, hey, I wish I could be that thing. And maybe something like that. But there's something negative about all of them. It's always gonna be something negative. So it's gonna happen. There's no such thing as the perfect person. So, well, what do you want me to tell you? Uh, um, so yeah, it's like that. Oh well, we've been going on for an hour. That's nice. I like it. It's been a really nice, breezy live stream. Not much drama or anything. Um, so I like it. And yeah, I'm gonna prepare the candidates for the NumCat. I may be doing another live stream to tell all about the new candidates for this year's NumQuat. And yeah, no trolls. Yeah, man, don't summon them. I guess I'm not getting any trolls right now because I don't know. I haven't been putting up so much content, and they're not interested in me anymore. I guess I'm not. I'm not. Uh, I'm not news anymore. I'm old news, so I don't matter anymore to them. So that's fine. I prefer it that way. Um, but yeah. So anything else for the numcut? Yes, I'm gonna make. Then yeah, I'll probably make another live stream with the numquat candidates and stuff, so that you can know them, you can meet the candidates, and if you want to suggest someone, like I said, just freaking, you know, uh, you know, send me the links, tell me what they did or said, and we'll review it and see if they can be nominated. Um, so yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see who's the numquat this year. I think Marshmallow Guy probably is one of the. Yeah, I like him for the numquat because he's so ridiculous, man. I'm sorry. Every time I think I'm gonna start laughing, not because it's funny, because there's nothing funny about animal exploitation, but it's just a marshmallow, really. Man, I don't know, man. Like, the only reason I would stop being vegan is either I'm dead or I'm so sick I forget I was vegan, and like, I don't know, I got some dementia stuff happening or something, or amnesia or something like that. I forget I'm vegan. That's when it happens. But as long as I'm at my full mental capacity, I'm vegan. Um, so I don't know. There's no amount of marshmallow is gonna deter me from that. And speaking of which, I saw this really good. Well, I don't want to promote any products. I'm not gonna name the product itself or the brand, but I saw this vegan or plant-based ice cream sandwich, and it's really good. I was like, "What the heck? This is really good!" And it's a good portion. It's a big sandwich, not some tiny square that costs like $20. No, no, it's good price, good thing. It's made with avocados, so it's kind of crazy, but yeah, avocado ice cream, I guess. Why not? um, Oh, channels. Yeah, those trolls, man, they're crazy. I wonder if I was. Ah, yeah, probably that guy, yeah. Oh, well, I don't know who that Frederick guy is. And I don't know about that Kane and the Discord or whatever. He's terrible. He's just a terrible person. Uh, but yeah. Well, I guess I've dodged a bullet because I don't know who that Frederick is and I don't want to know. Um, so yeah, I don't know. Um, let's see who else could be an Umquat. Um, oh well, another one of the Numquats this year. And telling you, he is also a front runner. I'm gonna explain why later on. It's gonna be Josh Martin, Carnism Debunk. That guy is gonna be one of the front runners. In fact, I was almost this close to just give him the award directly without any voting or anything because man, like, what he did was just so ridiculous. Can't stand the Friedrich in front chip and he banned him, which started his attack on me. Ugh, that's terrible. But yeah, Carnism Debunked is gonna be one of the candidates this year. It's terrible, but it's true. And so the reason is he made these posts on Instagram going off about, you know, vegans, criticizing him and other effective activists and whatnot. And it's like, man, yeah. Yeah, I don't know about these new trolls or whatever. Well, Kane, yeah, I know him, but the other Friedrich, yeah, I don't know. Um, but yeah, so this Josh Martin, he was like, oh yeah, these vegans and calling us cross cheaters and stuff like that. Because what? Because we defend actual veganism and he's not man enough to do it. Well, I'm sorry, dude. Not sorry, you're not really an activist. You're an activist for plant-based utilitarianism. So yeah, that guy saying a bunch of stuff, some dumb stuff. So he's gonna be in the front running too for the Numquat. Others are not so high profile or so out there, but there's a guy who did like a hybrid sheep goat animal or something. He got arrested. That guy definitely an Numquat. Uh, and there's others, but I don't remember them all because there's like a huge list. So this year is really it's gonna be difficult to decide. Let me see. Yeah. Well. Okay. So the troll. Yeah, I don't know, man. These trolls. I don't get it. What do they gain with anything? Like so ridiculous and so childish. Like if you don't agree with veganism or whatever, just don't go to the vegan channels and stop doing what this ridiculous thing, and that's it. And there's many numquats. Another numquat that I'm going to nominate this year. It's gonna be VPM. also known as Virtue Postmortem, formerly known as Vegan Postmortem. Yeah, VPM is getting a nomination. Why? Because of the post about Leslie Cross and how, yeah, she doesn't care about Leslie Cross or the veganism or whatever. Okay, that's the most anti-vegan you thing you can say, so you're gonna go. You're one of the candidates now. So there you go. And yeah, let's see what happens during the NumCut. Maybe I'll bring out the Phantom could participate again. Probably not in a doing a his comedy because that was terrible. And and then the NumQuad, yeah, the Phantom. Yeah, we're gonna do different categories and stuff, just like last year, yeah. And maybe a new segment. Maybe there's gonna be that lifetime achievement, like I said, for Alex O'Connell and others who are also, you know, also that way. Um, and a new segments and stuff. There's gonna be surprises along the way. But yeah, for this year, at least this will be probably the last Dear AJ for this year. It's gonna resume at some point next year. And oh, hello, Ethical Psytrance Project. Um, it's gonna resume probably next year, and then yeah, then I'm gonna start. You know, I'm gonna start making some other type of content because that's one of the things that has happened in the last few weeks. You know, so much stuff has happened in the world, and there's this thing that happened that has me thinking about, you know, life and death and legacy. You know, what are we here? Like, we have a short amount of time here, and what is it? What's gonna be left of us when we go? And how do we want to be remembered? Or if we want to be remembered, or what are we gonna leave? What is gonna be our legacy or heritage to the world? So the message, because I'm vegan, I think my message has to be really clear and really, you know, really serious because it's a serious thing. And I know I've been making these funny videos for a while now, and maybe that's something I should tone down the silliness and amp up the seriousness. Obviously, like I said, I'm still gonna be sarcastic because that's just my nature. I cannot help it. That's why. So, scathing comments on people and cynical stuff, that's gonna continue, obviously, because I can't help it. So, but I'll be more serious now. I'm gonna start making some other content that's gonna be more direct and more to the point of what veganism actually is, what it's not, and why it's important. And I'm gonna keep continuing. I'm gonna continue calling out the bad actors, the misinformers, the not vegans, because they're not vegan. I don't know what they are, but they're not, and why it's important. Um, that's what I'm gonna do. That's has to be the mission. The mission has to be freeing the animals and letting everyone know why this has to happen. Uh, delivering the vegan message to the people. So important to understand people getting all tied up in semantics when the logic behind veganism is so simple. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, correct. Yeah, exactly. Yes. You know. Ah, right. You remember that, Ali? Yeah, I remember that too. I don't know what was of him, but we were all, you know, talking to him, and he seemed to be like at least receptive. I don't know if he was trolling or not. Maybe he was just having a laugh at us the whole time, acting like he was interested or not when he wasn't. But doesn't matter. We actually gave him, like a good lesson as to what was veganism or what is veganism, what's not, and I think we did a good job that day. Maybe he didn't get the message. Maybe he did. Maybe he's thinking about it. Who knows? Who knows what happened? But at least I think we did a good job. We did a good thing, and yeah, that's the thing, right? That's the only thing we can do as messengers of veganism. That's the thing we can do. Deliver the vegan message, and yeah, sure, some people will reject it, some people will accept it, some will accept it but not embrace it, which is difficult. And I think that's where most people fall, really. They accept it, they agree with it, but then they don't want to act on it because different reasons. So that's the thing we had to get through. You know, that part where people agree with it, but they don't really join. So that's the key moment, I guess. Um, and we have to tackle these things and really think, why is this happening? Why is this really, taking place like this? And one thing that I've noticed is that those effective activists are not actually effective. They don't really say anything that will make people hate them enough, so they don't really, they still wanna get all the subscribers and followers and likes and whatnot, because they need that, because they're content creators first and activists second. That's the thing. So they're gonna say things that most people want to hear. They're gonna, you know, that's just what's gonna happen. So that's not the way to liberate the animals, sadly. Yeah, exactly. They're scared to. Oh no, because I don't want to see him like a cult or whatever. Look, whatever people perceive veganism to be, you can't help it. They're gonna think it's crazy anyway. They already think we're a bunch of crazy lunatics. You can't help the image, the public image. It can't be helped. The only thing we can do is educate people so they know what it really is. They know it's not some crazy thing, and hopefully they join. Yeah, exactly. It's hard to speak the truth and gain followers too quickly. That's the thing, because it's easier to say, yeah, you're doing great. Just do meatless Mondays. Start by doing meatless Mondays, and then go work from there. There's a problem with that. Is that you're still making it about diets. You're still making it about eating and about animals' flesh and their consumption, not about exploitation itself, not about the master slave mentality that we have with the animals. Yeah, exactly. They probably agree on camera and then they go home and, you know, whatever. They do whatever they do. So we don't know. That's the other thing. They talk about being effective. They don't know if they're effective or not. I mean, people can lie, you know. So I don't know. Like seeing veganism as a strategy, like that's why I was reacting to Humane Hancock the other way. If you see him, it's very important because what he's saying is, to him, veganism is a strategy. And what is the strategy for? It's used to reduce suffering. So he sees veganism as a tactic because it's just a set of practices. What set of practices? Eating. What? Plants. Why? To reduce suffering. That's not how it works, my guy. It doesn't work that way. But because it doesn't work that way, he can continue to churn out more and more content because it's a never ending cycle. You tell people to reduce animal consumption, to reduce suffering, They don't do it, or they do, but animal exploitation continues. And every year, more and more animals are enslaved, more and more animals are killed, more and more animals are, you know, unjustifiably exploited. So, where's the reduction? Maybe you're reducing your brain capacity, human Hancock, but you're not reducing anything when it comes to animals. Yeah, the thing is that the injustice is something that we have to. Now, sure, you could say, well, it's never going to go completely away. Sure, it's not. Just like many other horrible things have not completely gone away, but at least in any functioning society, it's viewed as negative. It's something that people despise. People reject bad things now more than ever. But the thing that they don't reject is animal exploitation. It seems like everyone, the from the communists to the capitalists, from the whatever, the rich, the poor, the sick, the healthy, whatever, in sickness and in health, till death, till death do us part. Everyone agrees with animal exploitation because everyone is participating in it. So, of course, that's the problem. Yeah, exactly. We can't avoid accidents, for example. We can't avoid car crashes. Doesn't mean don't put on a seatbelt. Put on the freaking seatbelt because it's probably going to save your life if you're ever in the accident. Uh, so, it's like, man, it's so ridiculous, man. Are we going to end the injustice? I mean, at 100%? No, because we cannot control what every human does 100% of their time. But we can end it as a mainstream thing. It can be outside of the main culture thing. Could be something frowned upon. Just like in many cultures, I don't know, you hear about the IKEA horse meat, people were terrified of that. Exactly. It should terrify society if ever we see a case of someone exploiting an animal. It should be a terrifying thing. Just like it's terrifying when we see the news. Oh, look, this thing devastated this area and this many people died, or this person was horribly killed. And it should terrify you the same way when we do things to the animals. That's what I'm saying. It should be something that we reject all across the board. Even if it continues to happen, but it should not happen anymore, obviously. Yeah, exactly. Like, if the argument is going to be, well, it's impossible to do, so we're not even going to try, that doesn't mean anything. So you're just just, surrendering. Like, it doesn't, I don't know. They witness what happens behind those doors. Surreal how they refuse to make the connection sometimes. Yeah, because one of the things that keeps happening is that if you show people the horrible footage of slaughterhouses and stuff, if they haven't, if in their mind they still don't see the animals as the sentient individuals that they are, they're not going to care about it. They're going to see, oh yeah, it's sad or whatnot, it's horrible, it's gruesome, and they want to look away or whatever. But unless they see the animals, they understand that why it's wrong. It's not gonna, yeah, it's gonna be horrifying, but it's not gonna be something that they're gonna change about themselves. Because why? Like, it's just, yeah, it's horrible, but whatever. Because they won't care. And that's exactly what happened to me. I became vegan the day I understood The animals are sentient individuals, and I have no right to, rule over them. That's it. It's as easy as that. So, yeah. Well, I think this has been going on for an hour and a half almost. I think we can leave it up to here, really. So, we're going to start saying our goodbyes. Um, it's been great. I like all the comments today and the chat. It was really cool seeing uh, familiar people here. Um, and yeah, you know, this was the last Dear AJ of the season. And yeah, looking forward to more stuff. And I'll be posting soon. I'll be posting about the NumQuad of the year. And hopefully we can have fun with that. But also knowing critically that why this thing is serious and why I do the NumQuad is to expose the thing that we don't want to be. That's the NumQuad. It's the thing we don't want to be. So all right. I think we can leave it up to here. And see you soon. All right, Ali. Yes, I hope you're doing well too. All right. So we're saying our goodbyes. And remember, don't be an unquat. Stop exploiting animals. Till next time.